Okay, let's dive right into this explainer and illuminate the invisible engines powering your entire daily routine. Welcome to a journey into the hidden architecture of our modern world. We hear the terms artificial intelligence and machine learning literally all the time, right? Usually they're paired with some futuristic promise or wild sci-fi prediction. But the reality? Well, the future is already here and it's just humming quietly in the background.
So think about it for a second. How many times have you used AI today? Before you even clicked on this explainer, you've likely relied on artificial intelligence multiple times, without even noticing. It is woven so deeply into the fabric of our everyday lives that we often just mistake its really profound capabilities for simple convenience.
Here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll be covering 1. The invisible engines, 2. AI versus machine learning, 3. Commuting, working, and learning, 4. Finance and online shopping, 5. Your digital social life, and finally, 6. The future of AI. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the invisible engines, hidden in plain sight. Let's uncover what these actually are.
From the absolute second your morning alarm goes off, interconnected systems are silently working to make your day run smoother. Whether it's that biometric facial recognition magically unlocking your phone, or the voice-to-text translation you use to fire off a quick morning message, these aren't just, clever lines of code. They are highly sophisticated learning models designed to seamlessly blend into your life, operating entirely unseen.
Moving to Section 2, AI versus machine learning, demystifying the buzzwords. Now, this is absolutely crucial because we really need to clear up the fundamental confusion between these two terms that constantly gets swapped around.
Think of artificial intelligence, or AI, as the brain. It's the overarching system that aims to perform cognitive tasks kind of like a human would. So AI isn't just one singular technology. It's a whole category of tools meant to mimic human problem-solving, decision-making, and language. But for that brain to actually be effective, it needs a way to gain intelligence.
And that is exactly where machine learning comes in. This is a specific subset of AI where algorithms use data to essentially learn for themselves and gain experiential intelligence over time. Instead of giving a computer a strict step-by-step manual on how to do a task, we just feed it massive datasets. We let it find the answers and relationships all by itself, often using artificial neural networks that are heavily inspired by the human brain.
The really important takeaway here is that while traditional AI relies on rigid, pre-programmed rules to solve problems, machine learning independently evolves by finding hidden patterns in huge datasets. Think of it like this. If a traditional AI is playing chess based on millions of static rules about how pieces move, machine learning is playing millions of games against itself, learning entirely new strategies just by recognizing patterns of success and failure. Pretty wild, right? To truly wrap our heads around this, we need to know that machine learning basically operates in 4 distinct ways. First up, supervised learning, which uses data that humans have already neatly labeled. Second, unsupervised learning, which just dives right into raw, unlabeled data to find its own hidden patterns. Third is semi-supervised learning, using a mix of both to boost accuracy. And finally, reinforcement learning, which operates purely by trial and error, literally rewarding the model when it achieves a successful outcome.
All right, Section 3, commuting, working, and learning, AI in your daily grind. Let's look at your morning routine and see how this plays out in the physical world.
160 billion. According to a study by the Texas Transportation Institute, rush hour traffic delays cost commuters an average of 42 hours a year. That results in a staggering $160 billion in lost productivity in the U.S. alone. This massive, chaotic logistical nightmare is exactly the kind of complex, sprawling problem that machine learning was built to tackle.
When you pull up Google Maps or a rideshare app like Uber, there is a brilliant 3-step machine learning process that instantly calculates your optimal route to avoid those epic traffic jams. First, it gathers anonymized location data from smartphones to gauge current speeds. Then, it cross-references that with historical patterns and satellite data. And finally, it predicts your exact ETA. Uber even uses this to predict rider demand, aiming to eventually eliminate the need for surge pricing altogether.
Then you finally get to your desk, and AI just keeps working for you. 99.9%. That is the actual success rate of Gmail's machine learning algorithms. They are protecting your focus by successfully filtering out 99.9% of incoming spam. Simple rules-based filters just don't work anymore, because spammers constantly change their tactics. But machine learning? It continuously adapts, analyzing millions of signals from weird text patterns to message metadata just to keep your inbox beautifully clean.
And over in the world of education, plagiarism checkers like Turnitin or robo-readers like the e-rater used for grading the GRE use this algorithmic similarity function to instantly evaluate writing. They aren't just looking for copied and pasted words. No, they actually extract stylistic features, like your average sentence length or coding indentation, compare it against vast databases, and then output a highly accurate numeric similarity score.
Let's jump into Section 4, Finance and Online Shopping, Guarding Your Wallet. Time to shift gears to how these algorithms are managing your money and curating your shopping carts.
Ever wonder how your bank instantly knows a charge is suspicious? Well, financial institutions use really sophisticated neural networks, often developed by companies like FICO, to compare your real-time transactions against past fraud events. The algorithm evaluates how often you buy things, the size of the purchase, and the type of retailer. It is constantly learning your unique purchasing habits to prevent your card from being compromised. And, maybe just as importantly, it prevents the absolute embarrassment of a false decline at the register.
What's truly fascinating, though, is how that exact same pattern recognition protecting your wallet is also tempting it. Whether you're browsing Amazon or picking a movie on Netflix, this underlying process is learning your specific tastes. By tracking your browsing and cart history, artificial neural networks predict your preferences to serve up highly personalized recommendations, and it absolutely works. Research actually shows that a solid product recommendation carries the exact same sales weight as a 2-star increase in a product's average rating. That is a real game changer.
Section 5. Your digital social life, behind the screen. So, as you unwind in the evening, let's look at the invisible engines powering your favorite social apps.
Every single major social platform relies on computer vision and machine learning to function. Facebook uses neural networks for facial recognition to suggest photo tags. Pinterest uses computer vision to identify objects and images and recommend visually similar pins. Instagram actually uses machine learning to translate the contextual sentiment behind emojis. And Snapchat? They utilize complex facial movement tracking to seamlessly map those digital lenses onto your face in real time.
But it goes way beyond just images. Take Facebook's deep text engine. It understands text with near-human accuracy across several thousand posts per second, just to detect intent. This is an absolutely massive leap in natural language processing. It allows apps to automatically realize, say, when you're asking a friend for a ride, so it can promptly suggest you hail an Uber, while simultaneously filtering out millions of spam comments across the entire platform. Finally, Section 6, the future of AI. What's next? Let's dive into our last section and look at where this whole thing is heading.
These concepts aren't just sci-fi anymore. They are the near future, and they're being built right now. We're talking about fully autonomous vehicles that could literally reduce accidents by up to 90%. We're seeing smart traffic lights, already proven in pilot studies, that reduce wait times by 40%. We're looking at adaptive, personalized education that actually tailors learning to a student's exact strengths. And we're moving toward universal smart home assistants, kind of like the Jarvis system Mark Zuckerberg custom-built to manage his house, seamlessly connecting our digital and physical worlds.
Futurist Kevin Kelly puts it perfectly. He says, as AI becomes more deeply integrated in our lives, it will become the new infrastructure powering a second industrial revolution. And that really summarizes our whole journey today. AI isn't just a novelty, a fun camera filter, or a convenient playlist generator. It is the fundamental utility, the new electricity of our modern age. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. What invisible engine will learn about you next? As you go about the rest of your day, look around your home, look at your apps and your devices, and ask yourself what new pattern is currently being learned. Because the future, it's adapting to you right now. Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.